Red alert, red alert, red alert, calling all ambitious auto sales and marketing professionals. Your undivided attention is urgently required to focus on the recent car dealers' policy whereby no changes or transfer are allowed for booked cars on or before June 30, 2022. Period. Trust me, what you are about to read will prepare you to guard yourself against changes or transfers demanded by your recent customers. Alright, wait a minute, let's pause here to do a pit stop to examine some important relevant points. Okay, for starters, do glance at the recent dealers' policies to ensure that they are fair to customers and also to prevent their abuse, especially when such transfer or changes when done suspiciously. Plus, complications may arise as booking information has already submitted to the Finance Ministry for the sales tax exemption. Additionally, prompt cars delivery is disturbed due to current disruption in the supply chain and production capacity constraints. However, changes are allowed under extreme circumstances. That said, let's drive forward to this week's newsletter. Shall we? Thanks. Here goes. Breaking news. Car firms reject transfer or changes to ensure other customers' fairness. Petaling Jaya, most car companies will not entertain requests to transfer bookings made before the sales tax exempt deadline of June 30th. Major car dealerships said this was barred in the name of fairness and to prevent abuse. National car makers Proton and Perodua are among the car companies that have decided on such a policy, with both not accepting a change in the vehicle specs and model, too. This is to avoid any possible unfair outcome for genuine buyers and also to reduce the likelihood of speculators looking to profit from such practices, Proton Deputy CEO Roslan Abdullah told The Star. A Perodua spokesperson also confirmed that any change in the order would not be allowed after a booking was finalized on or before June 30th. This is because the booking information is submitted to the Finance Ministry for the sales tax exemption. Our sales advisors made it a point to remind buyers before they placed the bookings, so there will be no changes allowed, he said. Burma's auto director Datuk Wong Kinfu confirmed that a name change for any booked Mazda model was not possible to avoid speculation and profiteering. He said there had been a rise in Mazda orders during the last 2 weeks of June with about 2,000 units booked. However, with the current disruption in the supply chain and production capacity constraints, he said it was unlikely that all outstanding orders could be fulfilled by March next year. Mazda sales advisor Anison Francis said the condition was in compliance with government regulations, with all information submitted for tax exemption. However, one can ask for a change in color or model but do not expect the vehicle to be allocated soon, he said, adding that his company allowed this as not many models were available in June for buyers to see or test drive. Asked what would happen if the customer's bank loan was rejected, he said a full refund of the booking fee would be granted. TOSP, a Honda sales advisor based in Klang, also said any transfer in the booking was not allowed. Eve Lee, a Toyota sales advisor based in Rawang, however, said a name change would only be considered in special circumstances. We don't encourage it, but sometimes it happens. For example, when a customer's car loan is rejected, then we will consider transferring the booking to the spouse or other family members, she said. However, she said a change of model or specs is not advisable. Customers who have booked their vehicles are waiting anxiously. Such changes will be unfair to them. Those who change their specs or models at the last minute may not be entitled to the sales tax exemption, she added. By the way, as we are at the tail end of the newsletter, there is a dire need to recap the important salient points. Agree or not? You bet? Without sounding like a broken, this bulletin on car firms rejecting all transfer or changes to guarantee other customers fairness is a sound policy. To be honest, such a ruling does plenty to prevent the supply disruption to all parties, especially the Treasury. In a nutshell, do note the merits of the policy introduced by auto dealers to ensure that it is fair to customers, and also to prevent their abuses, especially when such transfers or changes are not done above the board. Additionally, complications may be serious as booking information has already submitted to the Finance Ministry for the sales tax exemption. Also, cars delivery may become hampered due to current disruption in the supply chain and production capacity constraints. On the hand, changes are permissible under extreme circumstances. Now that we as automobile sales professionals are aware of this negative scenario, we as responsible people must do our utmost best to mitigate the auto delivery problem. Agree or not? As a lasting reminder, here is a famous quotation by Alan Mulally. HS is an American aerospace engineer and manufacturing. He says, automobiles are fun and exciting. We need them. They are a part of our lives. End of newsletter. Source: extracted and modified from open printed media. P.S. Come to think of it, we know if it is a lengthy auto newsletter, yet we want to congratulate you for watching and reading this bulletin completely. Needless to say, since you have fully read this news, therefore, you now deserve more forthcoming weekly free bonus of chapters of the book How to Handle All Kind of Sales Objections. Additionally, we are eager to know which part of this sales and marketing auto newsletter you learned most. Your feedbacks are critical so that we can help each other grow effectively. Lest you forget, these sharing will continue in YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, and of course in our author, trainer, and consultant's email, josephsfn@gmail.com, upon request. Alright, thank you. We hope to meet you next week. Goodbye and best wishes. From me, yours truly, Madam Sophia, the virtual presenter to CTM Joseph SFNG, author, trainer and consultant.